Hey! Anyway, why look at me and I'm like, orange juice?
She's acting like I didn't offer her a drink. I was like, do you want a drink? She's like, just water for me. I'm like, well, it's wine for me.
I thought you mean like soft drink or something. That's what I thought you meant, but it's all good. What's that? What is that?
It's Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, bougie. No, I'm all good. I'm all good. Literally, over the weekend, I was like drinking loads. I've had my time, honestly.
Really?
I actually did. I let loose. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you were celebrating Carnival,
yeah.
innit?
I was, you know what I mean? It didn't feel like I missed anything, but yeah.
Yeah, nice. I was celebrating too. I went to like a day event on Sunday.
Okay,
Have you heard of Recess?
No, I haven't.
It's
But I was like,
event. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It was really, really fun. It was like garden party vibes, but
okay,
I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, like the host was like a bit confused because one minute they were like, all the girls get up and dance for this next song, and then they were like, oh, okay, actually, like you have to sit back down again because the police have turned up and the event might get locked off. I was just kind of like, what the hell is going on?
All these events in secret. No, I was gonna laugh about the Adele thing. I don't know if you've heard. You know how they're like, oh, she's culturally appropriation thing. And I was just like, come on, guys, like, it's not that deep. Like, we're talking about Black Lives Matter when people get killed, but like, that's like nothing. Like, we already know she's black inside anyway. We already know she's black.
She's from Tottenham,
she's from Tottenham, we already know. It's like, okay.
I feel like the Jamaican top was like, whatever. It was more the Bantu knots. The Bantu knots didn't match the outfit.
Was you offended? Was you?
I wasn't personally offended because I'm not from the Bantu tribe. Yeah. I'm not South African. I'm not Zulu.
Yeah.
So I'm like, personally, I don't feel offended, but like I can see why people would have a problem with it because Bantu knots come from the Zulu tribe.
I don't
which
feel
is a specific tribe in South Africa. So
I don't feel like any offense or anything like that. Like, and unless she's been a Jamaican kind of thing. No, Carnival is for everyone to have a good time, and in London it's so diverse. Everyone does stuff in different cultures, you know what I mean? But I think
with Carnival as well, like specifically, it's way more accepted, and like people want to see the Jamaican flag. Exactly, they're happy. They're like, oh my god, Adele's got our flag on.
Exactly.
Like,
I was like, yes, exactly, yeah. No, I feel like Carnival's the time to have fun. I don't know. There was this thing about Halloween where people were like, if you play like a geisha or something, that it's offensive. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like these kind of dressing up kind of occasions, I don't feel like it's offensive. It's when people are actually racist and, you know, killing.
Well, it's when they do, but it's also when they do blackface. Yeah, if you black up your face, then clearly we're going to have a problem. Yeah, exactly. Like, but you know me, I wrote my play called Can I Touch Your Hair? So I've written a whole play about this kind of stuff. Yeah, it's interesting.
Someone touching your hair, and loads of black girls have had that experience of like the awkward don't touch my hair kind of thing, or do you know what I mean, or you know, we all have had that, honestly.
Word.
I don't know any girl that hasn't had that experience, you know, that's black, I mean, in some form of way, unless they were very sheltered in some way, or just around black people all day, actually, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? Because in my school, only from going into like work and stuff like that, I was surrounded by black girls all the time, so I never felt that kind of awkward pressure or someone touching my hair that I felt uncomfortable. It was more like, you need to sort out your hair kind of thing, you know, let's do each other's hair, but into work life. But anyway, that's a whole different conversation.
That's a conversation for a whole nother video. But I guess we should get on to the elephant in the room. Your girl has a front tooth missing.
Honestly, I didn't realise, when I came into your house, I didn't realise, I totally forgot. I know we came to do this, I totally forgot, but then I was like, why are we here again? And I was like, to catch up, and I was like, oh yeah, your tooth. Do you know what I mean? I literally didn't realise, you know, honestly.
Yeah.
It looks so cute.
Oh my
god. So cute. You know, them children when they lose a tooth, do you know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh mum, it's gonna grow again, do you know what I mean? But you know, so what happened?
Oh my days.
No, it's actually really cute. Honestly, you don't notice at all.
I think, like,
obviously,
I noticed in there, and I feel like that's what's been a bit mad. Like, I don't know if you knew this, but like, I had a false front tooth anyway.
Right. Okay.
So, the false front tooth that I had, I got when I lost my tooth when I was 15 years old. Okay. So
what happened then? Like, how did that happen? So I actually don't know. Do you know what I mean? You don't really ask these questions of like, you know, people's teeth and that.
What went on?
Yeah.
So
if you want to,
it's
a safe place.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll talk about it. I don't mind talking about it. So yeah, basically, like my front tooth fell out when I was 15 years old, and it was a really like bad drunken accident. Yeah.
15.
Yeah. So you know me, being from up north, we've got nothing to do. We would like go out underage drinking, like just, I don't know, I was like very lost, very confused, like just wanted to like turn up and have fun with my friends.
Yeah.
And I probably drank like a whole 3-litre bottle of cider to myself.
Oh my God.
And obviously, like back then, I was so tiny and petite and skinny. That alcohol like licked me so badly.
You'll be finished
honestly,
already,
yeah. I was so drunk. And the funny thing is that I have like no memory of the accident actually happening.
So you basically
how drunk I was.
Then.
Yeah. So what happened was I woke up the next day, I was covered in sick and blood, and I was like, what the fuck has happened? I like ran to the bin to like throw up because I was like so hungover. I like kept being sick. And then yeah, like I'd stayed over at my friend's house, and she was like, you probably like want to go and look in the mirror. I was like, what?
Okay, yeah.
And she's like, yeah, you don't know what happened last night, do you? And I'm like, no, I don't understand. Like, please explain.
Yeah.
And she's like, just go look in the mirror.
Yeah.
So obviously I looked in the mirror. My face was all like battered and bruised. And I am missing my front tooth. Can you imagine that? My heart dropped. My whole heart sunk. I was like, what kind of madness has happened to me for this to kick off in the way that it's kicked off?
Exactly.
Like, it's not what you expect. Just
you don't remember anything. Like, you're like, what's going on? It's really scary. The fact
It was really scary, and I was like, my mum's gonna kill me, my dad's gonna kill me. Like, that's all I could. That was like my first thought. Like,
not like, where's my tooth?
No, not even where's my tooth. I was like, my parents.
I'm dead.
I was like, my parents are gonna kill me. Fuck. Like, what have I done? Yeah. So like, basically, like piecing the night together, my friends had said that we all got really drunk. We were like on the high street in Kendal, and I was like running around, like being a bit foolish, and as I was running really, really fast, I'd like tripped up, but I didn't put my hands down, so I basically like face planted the floor. And my tooth came clean out, right? And I was like covered in blood. And obviously I was like crying because they said at first I acted like nothing had happened. And then they all like saw the blood and they were like, what the fuck has gone on? And I like started crying because I was like really scared and couldn't understand. But they were like, you were way too drunk, so we didn't know what to do. So they were going to call an ambulance, but they thought, well, the paramedics like maybe wouldn't take me. So
why would they not take you though?
I don't know.
And then like
you know when you're
got
just
underage
like,
as well,
you know when you're just like, my friends were my ops slyly. Like,
okay. What do you mean? I don't get this. What do you mean? As in like they have it out for you, or they're supporting you? They had it out for you. What do you mean? Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Like because you would just call an ambulance,
even though like you know your parents may get in trouble because of the situation, but you need help. Like
exactly.
That makes me feel really sick. Not the fact that you dropped, like, but the fact that you know people around you don't have the best interest. That's really sickening. That made me actually sick. Not the whole you dropping on the floor and stuff like that, but that made me feel really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I guess you could say this is why I don't live there anymore. Right, probably. But
that's good. You ran away.
Yeah, ran for my life
from your problems. Never coming back. I'm joking.
I do go back. So then what? Yeah, so they were like, they took me back to my friend's house. I stayed at her house. They put me to bed. They gave me like water. They gave me a sick bucket, etc., etc. But they couldn't find the tooth that was lost. And the reason they couldn't find it is because it was outside KFC and there were chips everywhere. So they couldn't like search to see where my tooth was.
Is this the chip? Exactly, yeah.
Oh no.
So, but they couldn't do anything with it anyway, because it's not like a foot. You know when you like drop like you know your finger gets broken or you lose a finger or anything, they can sew it back. You can't do anything with the tooth.
You can put it back.
Really, your tooth?
If I'd have gone to A&E that night, this is the tooth.
Oh my god!
So it came out. I'd show you it, you know, if anyone on camera wants to see it.
Oh my god!
This is the actual
It's
tooth.
the point that's the that part really scared me.
That's the root.
right,
That's the
yeah.
root.
So
So
it came completely off.
clean off.
Is it not like, you know, your teeth have like nerves, like
Yeah, so I'm gonna explain. So basically, if they'd have taken me to A&E, they would have been able to put it back in because my roots were still live and active. But then because it had been left 12 hours, my root had like dried up, my root canal, so they wouldn't be able to just place it back in. So obviously I was hanging so hungover, and I was like, right, I'm gonna go straight to A&E. I've got the tooth; they can put it back in for me.
Okay.
And
how did you find it then?
my friends found it for me, and were like, they put it in milk, and they were like, take it to A&E with you, see if they can do anything. So I went to A&E, and they were like, yeah, we can't do anything because your root canal's dried up, so like it's not gonna go back in. So I had to like call my mum, and I was like, look, like I got really drunk last night and I lost my front tooth. And she was like, what? And I was just like,
What a night.
yeah. I was like, well, I got drunk and lost my... Do you know what? I can't really remember what the conversation was, but all I know is that I went back home and like my mum was just like, I'm disappointed in you. You know, like that hurts more than like shouting and screaming.
Yeah.
She's like, you've ruined your beautiful smile, like... And I was like, way to make me feel bad. So obviously I felt so guilty, and I was like, I basically spent a whole summer in Kendal without a front tooth.
The whole summer, so they
yeah,
sort it out for you.
It takes ages. This is the problem with dentistry, is that it takes so long for them to be able to like do anything, because they have to like wait for things to heal. They have to take the proper molds. But I did get temporary dentures.
All right. This recently?
No, this was back when I was younger.
Oh, wow.
These were my two.
What's falling out?
two
What else is falling
dentures.
out? Hold them careful. Might be a gum coming out as well.
Imagine. So yeah, these are the two.
So they gave you this after, you know.
So these are
A&E
like
everything.
temporary. Yeah.
Can you
So
wear them now?
They don't fit in the same way because my mouth's like grown and changed,
from
so
when
they're
you're
like
15.
really loose. But
Oh wow! Can I see?
Yeah.
I won't touch though. Wow.
They're clean. Yeah.
I like this one
too.
better.
This one's nicer, isn't it? I thought that too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Right. So now that's the backstory. So now what
eventually I got a bridge put in, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And a bridge is this thing here. So it's got this little metal cap that you call a bridge, and what happens is that metal cap gets attached to this back front tooth, so it goes like this.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And gets glued in and sticked on, right? So I've had this for about 12 years. I'm 27 now.
Yeah.
I've had it for 12 years. That only meant it lasts 5 years. I don't know how mine lasted so long, but it served me well. Over the past like 2 years or so, it's kept falling out, and I've been like, oh my god, my front tooth's come out. It's been at awkward moments where I'm like eating pizza, or like it happened once when I was at working at Somerset House, peak. And so then I had to go get little denture glue to temporarily stick it back in. But then what I would do is I'd call up the NHS dentist and be like, hey, like my front tooth's fallen out, kind of book an appointment to get it cemented back in. And the cement like lasts much longer, right? So here now, I'm in lockdown watching a film with my housemate Eve. I'm sucking my thumb because you know me, I'm a big baby, and I suck my thumb, and I'm like, oh, my tooth's come out. And she's like, what? And I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? Like, if my tooth's come out, I can't get an appointment because the dentists weren't taking any appointments. I called them up, they're like, yeah, we're only taking emergency appointments. I told them what happened. I was like, it's an emergency, and they're like, well, not in our books. They don't class it as an emergency.
I'm done. I'm finished.
I was like, well,
you need to be like literally dying for you to get like anything, like appointments or anything like that. Hell, I was even thinking about it, you know. I was like, I better be careful with my body because, you know, we'll be screwed. I don't want to go to the hospital during that time. I was like, I don't want to go. Do you know what I'm saying?
Because you won't get the proper service that you need. I kept being like, when are you guys going to open again? Can you let me know when you're open? And they're like, it won't be for a while. We won't be doing anything with the mouth for such a long time. They said, unless you've got like an infection, they can give you antibiotics, or if you have like a direct trauma, you can go to A&E, which is different. Obviously, you get seen quicker at A&E.
So you was watching TV and it came out.
It just came out, and like, but this has happened before in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
It's maybe happened like 6 times.
Okay.
In the past 2 years, I've noticed that it keeps coming out.
Yeah.
And each time I've gone back to the dentist, they've said, look, like this bridge is really old, it's tired. You need to look at getting a long-term solution.
Yeah.
So I've looked into getting an implant, but they're really expensive.
You can't get on NHS?
You can't get it on NHS, no. But what I can do is I can get a loan, or I can like pay...
A loan for a tooth?
Girl, am I not an actress?
You can get it right off in it. Okay, fair enough.
So my whole thing has been that, I can put this on an expense form.
Yeah.
Because technically I need my front tooth to be able to audition.
Yeah, exactly.
Ironically enough, you're not going to believe this.
Okay, go
so
on.
about 3 weeks after, my agent was still putting me up for auditions, and I hadn't told her what had happened.
Yeah.
I was just using the little poly grip to temporarily stick it back in for like Zoom auditions, for self-tapes, for general meets with like casting directors. And I was like, I'll just use this as a temporary measure, but I'll get my tooth sorted soon. And there was this audition that came through. And do you remember Amina from Identity?
Yeah.
She'd sent me the spotlight breakdown.
Okay.
And ironically enough, they were looking for black or mixed race actresses around my age bracket with a false tooth, with a denture. I was like, she was like, I've just seen this and I thought of you. I was like, oh my day.
Just your luck.
I was like, just my luck. There's the perfect audition for me. And this was like a little bit, you can't make this shit up.
Oh my god. But you know, that's me. You're
me.
looking for me.
It was for a commercial.
Right.
And it was for like a kind of denture glue. It was going to be shooting in Poland.
Okay.
And obviously it's bare peas. So I was like, if the universe wants to work in my way, I would book this acting job, and then the acting job would pay for my tooth.
Right.
Anywho, I didn't book the job, sadly. You know how it goes,
Life,
sis.
yeah.
I went all the way there as well. It was like in West London. And I was a bit surprised they were doing like face-to-face auditions.
Right.
Because I don't know
What
about
time?
you,
When
but...
was it? Like in May or like the peak of the corona
You know
stuff?
what? No,
Or when it just
was,
started?
It was towards the end. It was maybe
okay, cool.
June times when things started to
ease up
a little bit.
Because
June,
April
July.
times.
It was a myth. You couldn't do anything back then. Yeah. No, it was like much later on in lockdown. But obviously because I was locked down, I was like, well, I don't really need a front tooth because I'm not going out. I'm not seeing anyone. I'm not auditioning face to face, so I can always just stick my tooth back in. So I wasn't really fussed. I was like, oh, it's whatever.
Yeah.
So, but then I was like, oh, I should probably do research to look into like ways to get a new front tooth.
Yeah.
And I knew that NHS weren't going to open up for like such a long time.
Yeah.
But it's one of them ones like, I can't act and not have a front tooth.
Yeah.
Because if I'm missing a front tooth as an actress, I need to get new headshots with the front tooth missing.
This is you now.
It's
this is your
me
character
now.
thing, yeah.
Exactly. But I'm like, I don't want to not have a front tooth because like, it's a front tooth. You know me, I'm such a smiley person. Like I love to smile like all the time. I'm always laughing, I'm always joking, and like as lockdown started to ease up, I started to get more and more like self-conscious, like being out and about. But then actually the one thing that saved me is the masks. Having to have the masks on has been actually such a saviour. Because then like no one knows that I'm missing a
Do you know what I mean? Oh my god, okay.
Yeah. So I basically like looked into a private dental clinic, and to get an implant placement and a crown built.
And how long does it take? Like, how long does it stay in your teeth for? Like, as in, is it forever.com or like?
Kind of, yeah.
Longer,
so
like
the implant stays in for a lifetime, as long as your body doesn't reject it.
Right.
The crown is a tooth that's built to get screwed into the implant. Girl, I'm not even at the worst bit, Okay. I'm not even at the worst bit of everything. Like, the crowns, you can like get them changed to fit the rest of your teeth, like if your teeth change throughout time.
Okay.
So I was looking into private dental care, and like there was this one particular place that I looked into, and I was like, I think I'm gonna do it. So obviously being self-employed actors, I don't know about you, but I've managed to claim through the government to get like is it an SSE grant or something?
I've heard about it, but I didn't go for it because I'm also employed, so like
I'm employed too.
So you've got that as well.
I've got two.
I need to be on this thing then.
Girl,
what do you mean?
what are you playing at?
Listen, send me the link, man. I didn't even know because I was like, oh no, I don't need to do it because because I was thinking because I'm employed.
You're both. I've got 2 PAYE jobs, so I'm employed at 2 places. The Gin Distillery and Somerset House, right? But I'm also a self-employed actor.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm entitled to that
grant.
grant.
For me to do it though.
Not for the most recent one, not for the August one. One just came out in August.
Okay.
But I was like, that money that I get, I'm going to use towards getting my tooth done. Yeah. Like reinvest in myself. Because it lasts so much longer than a bridge, which will come out a lot sooner.
Do you have to do both then? So the crown and also the
implant placement and the crown.
So you have to have both of that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm going to talk you through now.
Okay,
so I went for my consultation. He like explained everything that was going to happen.
Like goes in there? He's like,
It was a bit weird because like the dentist like had like a mask on and then he had like a visor on and they were so like cleanliness kind of vibes.
But
they were like cleaning
are like that anyway. Do you know what I mean?
To be fair, you're
they're
not
clean.
wrong.
Yeah. Prefer to go to dentists anyway. They're quite clean.
Yeah, and like I don't know, he like taught me through everything. He was like, I can't believe you kept your old tooth. He was like, wow, that's incredible. And I was like, well, yeah, I kept it because I knew eventually I'd have to get something more permanent and like show what happened so that they can understand. So basically he said, we can do the surgery for you. It will be an implant placement, which means putting a screw in my gums here, which I do have. I got it done.
So they've done it for you already?
Yeah, I had the surgery.
So cool.
It's
was you knocked out? Was you knocked out?
Girl.
Oh my god.
I was not knocked out.
I found that you wasn't knocked out. Oh my gosh, you got so you probably heard like drilling. Oh,
girl, it was disgusting. Honestly, I would not wish this upon my worst enemy.
God.
It was hell. And I was not.
You was knocked out, so she'd be fine.
No. I was not expecting it to be as bad as it was. Like. The thing is, I'm not really scared of the dentist and I can like hack the dentist, but I don't know, like I didn't think it was going to be the way that it was. So I went to Harley Street to get a dental scan and they had to assess the amount of bone that I had in my gums. So like here, my bone had all disappeared. So they were like, we might need to do a bone graft as well. And that's where they take like animal bone and put it in your gums to help build the bone so that basically like the bone will latch onto the implant placement and it'll be like more natural and it will stay. Otherwise your body can like reject it if it's like, oh, what's this foreign metal in my mouth? That's kind of how he explained it to me. But I had my surgery on the 31st of July, right? Ooh. So very recent. And I went in and I thought they were going to put me under. And I feel like they don't tell you that they're not going to put you under because otherwise no one would get this done. You wouldn't. Come. Tell me how I got 6 large injections in the roof of my mouth. It was so painful. I was screaming. I was literally screaming. I was like, ah! And they were like, it's okay, we're nearly done. I was like, ah! Honestly.
They're the worst, you know. They probably knew there was like, you're not going to come if we tell you how much things we have to do to your mouth. Do you know what I'm saying?
Honestly, it's
I can't believe that. So what, they numbed your mouth, innit?
Yeah, so they numbed my mouth with 6 large injections, like needles in the roof of my mouth. And then they like wrench your jaw open with this like mechanism so that your mouth's like wide open so they can do the dental surgery. And basically...
they just let you walk into like hell. That's what it was. Man, did you have someone go with you or?
Do you know what? My housemate Eve came to pick me up afterwards, which I was so grateful for. But basically, like with the surgery, he was like, we're going to have to do the bone graft because there isn't enough bone. And he said, the bone that you do have is a tiny little slither, and he had to get the screw to go in between that slither. And he was like, it's going to be really hard to do, but I'm going to try my best. If I can, I'm going to do 2 in 1. So I'll do the implant placement with the screw, and then I'll do the bone graft at the top above your gums. I was like, perfect. So you can see what it looks like.
I like it. It's so cool.
It's mad.
You're like
It's
the Terminator. I'm back.
I'll be back.
Yeah. Oh my god, so cool. So what happens when you go through, airports? Is it going to go
you know what? I don't know yet, to be honest, until I go to the airport.
I don't have anything.
I'm not the one.
Oh my god. All right. That's
Crazy.
so cool.
But anyway, the surgery took like 90 minutes. It was so long. And the thing is, it wasn't that I felt the pain, because obviously my mouth was so numb, but it's the sensations of the pulling and the screwing and the drilling and the and you're like, it's literally halfway through, I just started crying. Tears were streaming down my eyes, I was just like, I regret this. Like, this was such a, when you think something's such a bad idea and you're like, why am I putting myself through this?
Yeah.
Also that I can have a front tooth, which obviously I need, being an actress and wanting to just be able to smile like freely with a front tooth, not looking like a hillbilly.
Hey y'all. This is the only role I can do now. I'm joking.
No,
but
it's fine.
No offense to the hillbillies.
She's rude, No, but they probably would give me like some role as like some.
Yeah,
like,
you don't want to be like
jewelry.
typecast, you know what I mean? But you have to be cast to be typecast anyway. That's what some guy said, some director that I heard. But no one wants to be as an actor. He's able to say he's a director. He's like, do you know what I mean? But you don't want to do that. You want to kind of expand your acting ability. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and people do judge, like especially in this industry. That's what they do.
Exactly.
They really do everything. Everything. Doesn't matter what you have, you will be put in the box, and it's sad. But
Yeah. The thing is, like, so once it was done, I was like, it's done. I'm over the worst of it. Went to get my antibiotics. Went to get my painkillers. And like the whole weekend, I was like, obviously couldn't really like eat properly, so I had to have like soups and smoothies, like soft things. He did say to me, you can eat like rice, pasta, and all of that. But I was like, I don't really feel to, because my mouth feels so like wounded. And obviously he did like all the stitches as well. Wow. So I had like my Corsadil, had to do Corsadil rinse like twice a day and brush my teeth, which obviously I already was doing.
Yeah.
But we know some people don't
brush their teeth.
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh,
they have to repeat, like, even this thing about washing hands with the coronavirus, I was like, so people are not washing their hands? Do you know what I mean?
It's so wild. It's so
Same
wild.
thing, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I spent like the weekend was the worst of it. Like, so I kept waking up and there was like blood in my mouth, and I had to like rinse my mouth with like salt water rinses as well. And my lip was like hella swollen. Like, I'll show you the pictures afterwards. It's so funny. Like, I think I see it more, because when I've shown it to other people, they're like, it's not that bad. And I'm like, no. I know what my lips look like, and my lip was like here.
No.
It was
Some
mad.
people kill for those kind of lips though, for real. Do you know what I mean? That's probably why they're like, no, darling, it's good, it's fashion.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild. But yeah, it healed really, really well. I got the stitches taken out on the 28th, so last Friday. And yeah, like, the only problem is that I have to wait till all my gums heal. So I don't know if you can see the bone.
I can't see the bone.
No, you probably can't, but like, it all needs to heal. Tell me how. I can't get my front tooth until December. December's the earliest that they can do the implant mold, design the crown, and screw the crown in. Right. So what I'm going to do is, this bridge is going to get cleaned by the dentist, and I'm going to get it cemented back in temporarily, so that I can like audition for stuff and like maybe book some work.
Because like from maybe October to December, definitely December, I feel like things are going to go back to normal, and a lot of self-tapes anyway. So Yeah. So right now, can you actually put that in your teeth for now? Even though
Yeah, so I can stick it in with this
Yeah.
temporarily, but I've got an appointment tomorrow and they're going to just cement it back in a bit more permanently, just up until December.
Yeah.
And then when December comes, they'll take it out.
Okay.
They'll do the molds and I'll get like my real full
Forever
proper
teeth.
Forever teeth.
Yeah.
And I'll no longer be a hillbilly.
But you should apply for those kind of things. You gotta make money somehow, do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I hear what you're saying. I think
It's a long journey though, like from what you're saying. Like I
it's
feel like
such a
you
long
just get
process.
sorted,
And do you know what? What I realised, I was like, now is the perfect time to do it.
Exactly, yeah.
Because at the beginning of lockdown, I was doing so many self-tapes, so many Zoom auditions. It was like a lot of work and I was quite busy. And then like what I realised was like, if I go private, yes, it's going to take a long time, but because the industry's died down, it's a good time for me to fix my teeth.
Yeah, it is. It's the time now, yeah.
Because apparently like they can't get insurance for set for like films and TV series.
What do you mean?
COVID-19, they can't get insurance for that specifically. So if there's like if the pandemic hits again and we have another lockdown, they can't get insurance to cover that.
Okay.
Because it's like that's probably likely to happen, and then the insurance companies don't want to like pay out loads of money,
And
but then they themselves don't want to pay all the actors, the set designers, the lighting designers. Everyone in the crew would have to still get paid, isn't it? If you've signed a contract, you need your money.
Yeah.
So the only thing that they're shooting, from what my agent said, was commercials, to be honest. Because they take one day. They're a quick turnaround. You can easily like bash that out.
Big amount of money as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So like, I just need to book a commercial basically, and then I can reimburse myself for this cost.
That's the thing with acting. You do one job, big hit of money. Do you know what I mean? That's how it is. You know, you never know when that's coming, and it's nice when it does come. Do you know what I mean? But you're waiting a long time for that to come. You know, so see, it is an investment. You know, this industry is like they have to pour money in to get something, at least something.
Exactly,
back.
and girl, I am putting that on my tax return as an expense because it's an expense.
Yeah.
$3,000. $3,000. You think I just had $3,000 casually sat there? Like, absolutely not. So I'm like on a payment plan. I've kind of gone back into debt. I'm like paying it off bit by bit.
But you've got to have really good credit then. So when you're ready to buy a house, you know, they're gonna be like, yes, definitely.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good point.
Whereas me, no, they don't even know who I am.
Oh, girl, that's such a good silver lining for me.
See, thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, I've got a lot of time to study over this COVID-19 stuff. Oh my god!
But you pay your phone bill, right?
Well, that's the only thing, really, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
You should just get a credit card, but like buy a couple things and then pay it off.
Okay.
And then that's how you build your credit rating. Honestly, babe, that's how you do it.
Man? I'm joking. I'm joking. Does that give me good credit?
Wow! If you can buy a man, I want to hear about it.
Exactly. I'm sure there's loads of ladies that buy men, you know, but
wow.
Guess not me. I'm not ready for that.
Can you buy a man? I would buy a man if we actually could. I would probably.
But how would you know the quality of the man?
You have to try him out first.
You can look online now, innit?
True.
Random story, kind of like detoured anyway.
No, that's so hilarious. I love that. Buy a man to build your credit rating today.
Oh, yay! Definitely. Can you imagine? Loads of guys will be going for that job. They'll be like, yay!
Yeah.
Anywho. Oh my god.
What do you think?
I love it. I feel like I love this little bolt in your mouth. I think that's really cool. That's what I like the most. Yeah,
it's a story to tell,
yeah,
isn't
it really is. It really is.
So when I do make it, I'm going to be telling the story.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. It is. You know, you can make a play about it, you know.
I make a play about everything.
Yeah, exactly. You should. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
No, I hear you. Like, yeah, I think I've had to have like a huge reckoning with myself. So like when I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like, it's just the tooth.
Yeah.
Like I'm still beautiful. Even just as Mia Lakhani, like inside is what matters, not how you look on the outside. It's not about the exterior. Like, I don't know about you, but like I've barely worn makeup the whole lockdown, and like or a bra for that fact.
Great.
But like, I don't know, like as things have started to ease up a little bit, it's like obviously I went to an event on Sunday for bank holiday, like carnival kind of event, and I recess, and I was kind of feeling like, oh, I don't really know if I want to smile because like there's like cute guys here and maybe they'll just be like ooh or something. But
I think it's quite endearing, to be honest, because you're beautiful anyway. I find it quite interesting. It's a story to tell. Like seriously, it's like your whole face is horrible. Do you know what? True. You know what I mean? He's like, probably be like, oh, that's quite interesting. I wonder.
Thank you. Oh,
trust me.
Actually, it's a good conversation starter. And like when people have asked me, I've been like, oh.
But you don't notice, honestly, like when I first saw it, I totally forgot. But like when you're like talking for a long time, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Because you don't have like a little like lisp kind of thing or whistle or something. You know what I mean? Whistle. Hey guys, do you know what I mean? And I don't really see like it's changed who you are, to be honest.
No,
makes sense?
Not at all. So, and it never would. That's the thing. You know me, like I'm just who I am as I am.
But I think it's a good lesson to learn that, you know, you may have something on your face that you not feel comfortable with, but it doesn't change who you are and your personality. I feel like that's a great lesson to take home.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean?
I've learned so much from it. And I'm not going to lie, like there was a time like in lockdown, actually speaking to my housemates, they were like, you should just set up a GoFundMe to raise the money to get a tooth.
Don't get me started on this GoFundMe stuff.
But I was like,
I can't.
Well, that's
why. Something in your eye.
Have I? Oh.
Make her with nose, God.
That is so true.
What was I saying now? I totally forgot now. What was I saying?
No, we were talking about GoFundMe. So
I can't stand it. Like, I don't know. I understand some people really do need it, like for serious things. I understand. But I just find it really strange. Like, I'll tell you what I feel really uncomfortable about. You know, for example, you're producing a film. This is my own personal thoughts, opinion. I feel like you're asking people to like fund the film, and then you're like buy tickets for the film. It's like really people like invest in your film by going to watch your show. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of feel a bit strange about that in my opinion. I feel very awkward. But
what do you think for like cosmetic things?
I feel like
me as an actor being like, I need a front tooth to be able to act, therefore raise the funds.
Yeah,
it's a funny one.
It's a weird one.
Do you know why I didn't sit well with it? Remember back in 2016 when I lost my dad?
Okay, yeah.
I had to set up a GoFundMe for his funeral. Yeah. So I was like, I feel a type of way setting up a GoFundMe for my dad's funeral was so like, it had to happen because the money wasn't there and we needed the money and we wanted to like say goodbye to him in the right way.
As well,
so then I'm like, I now can't set one up for a front tooth. Do you know what I mean?
Like,
and I was like,
every time you have an issue, GoFundMe.
I mean, it could really get like that. But people do, they're like, oh, I want a boob job. Like, everyone contribute for a GoFundMe. Like, but then it's like, who are you getting the boobs for? You're literally getting them for a man. So, like, what's the tea, sis?
It's a strange one, but that was just my own opinion. Doesn't mean it's like, you know, facts. Everyone's got their own. They got their own reasons for GoFundMe and stuff like that. But most likely I wouldn't. I find it really strange. I'm asking just with the film thing. I don't know about other things. People need it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people do support.
Well, that's the thing. I think when people are really, really, really struggling, it's like it is a last resort.
Yeah.
Like, you don't just do it for
a
banter.
lifeline.
On the whole, you don't just do it for banter. And I think, you know, if there's been like a natural disaster in your country, or like your family members dying of cancer, or your family members died, all of that kind of stuff makes sense. Especially in America where they don't have the NHS,
right? Yeah,
and they have to like
pay
for healthcare.
I see it that way. I see it that way. Yeah, I see it differently for that reason. But the film thing, I'm never going to change in that. In my opinion, it's really strange. It really it is quite strange, but I understand for other reasons. But that you probably will never see me do a GoFundMe.
What about if someone was wanting to go to drama school or film school? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, if that's their result that they need to do, then to get into drama school, then that's what they have to do. Do you know what I mean? Some people also write to other actors who are in the industry. I know somebody wrote to Naomi Harris about, you know, drama school and stuff, and she gave money. Do you know what I mean? So I mean,
so maybe about as well, you can like put in the work to find the right people to fund your dream as well.
There's that as well. Yeah.
But I guess it's one of them ones. It's like trying to find an agent. You write to 100 agents, and only like one person gets back to you, and they also say no, and you're like, well,
this industry is just, it's tough. You've got to have really, really thick skin. Before that kind of, you know, slogan, having thick skin, about people's like opinions about you who don't know you, like, and like before that used to make me feel so like, oh, some type of way, but now it's more about like getting yourself out there and getting rejected. That's the tough skin that I feel like, you know, that I had to work on really a lot, because I don't really care about what like people who I don't know have to say, or even people actually who do know you and they say some negative things. There's that as well.
I'm sure,
that hurts more. Do you know what I mean?
When I put this video out, people are going to be sending this video to other people being like, ha, have you seen that Lakani's lost her front tooth?
It's just toxic
like,
people.
That's what's going to happen. But I'm like, it is well. It is well. Like you are sad if you get enjoyment out of making fun out of other people.
Yeah, it shows where you're at in life. Exactly, that you're hurting
like,
yourself.
Boo to you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a tough one. I feel like with this industry, okay, you're giving yourself out. You're letting people know who you are, and if they don't like you, do you know what I'm saying? And that's okay, like that's what trolls are there for and stuff like that, but you gotta love yourself, and the things that they may comment on you that you don't like or whatever is what it is, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
I think rejection is very like hard in this industry. That's the thick skin that I look to, do you know what I mean? Like it's a tough one.
Yeah, and I think the lesson that I've taken away is like, it's just a tooth, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But I feel like, obviously, when I was 15, it was the end of my world when I was 15.
Yeah.
But where I'm at now as a 27-year-old woman who's grown so much since then, it's like I can be okay with it kind of thing. And I'm not like too like hung up about it, which is why I'm on camera. So I'm that too.
It's good. It's nice when you get into your own. I feel like it comes when you get older. Like certain things don't phase you as much, which is really good. It's like, okay, it's not the end of the world. Do you know what I mean? What are we going to do to solve this issue? It is good, and I feel I'm looking forward to more, you know, issues that come my way that I handle. It's handled.
Yes, handling it.
It's handled. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kerry Washington.
Yeah. But I've learned something really good from this. Honestly, that you know, just because something happens to your body or whatever, you know, you just deal with it, and it doesn't change who you are as a person. So I've learned from this like massively. As in, this is an example. Do you know what I mean?
I think for me, it's been a weird one. Like taking selfies and not smiling.
Right.
Like if people look at my recent Insta feed, you'll just see I'm like,
oh right.
Which I like to smile. So I'm like, but I've not been smiling. But like probably after this video, I will just be like selfie without.
Yeah.
You know, because whatever. And actually, my housemate found this model and sent me her Instagram account, and she's a model with a front tooth missing, and that's her USP. That's her selling point, is the fact that she's missing a front tooth. And Eve was like, you could literally do this. Like, yeah, you got this. And I was like, well.
But that's if you want to. That's the thing. If you feel comfortable with that, do you know what I mean? Doing that, do you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, like there's one thing accepting your situation, whatever, but are you doing it in the right way? Does it make sense? Is it something that you feel very comfortable with? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, I know, like, I want a new front tooth, and like, there's nothing wrong with that, and I deserve it.
Exactly.
Like,
you know.
Well.
Yeah.
On that note, should we wrap up?
We should.
Woo.
Yeah. Woo.
Okay.
Looking forward to the new tooth.
Hey.
Hashtag new tooth.
Hashtag new tooth. That's the hashtag for this video. So
no, tooth life. No.
Tooth life.
Which one do you want?
Toothless life.
Hashtag what?
Toothless life.
I can't say that, you know. I can't. I just can't. You're going to say the hashtag, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're done, yeah.
We are.